in Hallam's preparation for this clash. They had their 18-point all draw with the Grange in the Storm Cup only just a couple of weeks ago. A whole different set of circumstances here today against some quality opposition. You can see Josiah Nelly out there speaking to the troops as they wait for the wayside to make their way out onto the ground. As they come out now, led by Regan Carr. So play not too far away. My name's Simon Rathbone. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon as we look forward to this one. It should be a high-scoring affair. Both these sides have been known to put on the points so far in the competition. So 60 minutes separates these two sides in what could be a crucial clash for both these sides' hopes as they look to go deeper into this competition. So Erindale will have first use of the footy as Josiah Nelly gets us underway. That's a low driving kickoff. No mistakes off the restart as they bring it forward with plenty of gusto. Taken there by Jeremiah Nelly. Cody Gibbs around the legs there for Hallam. It'll all be about completions here early for the Erindale side. As Sweeney plays the ball and they continue to take it one off the ruck. Simple stuff so far in this set. Taken there by Dio. Runs towards Ropawama. Once again, Nelly in over the top, just shy of the 50-metre line here for Erindale. Putting the bumpers up as he tries to pinch a few extra metres there and get to his feet for a quick play the ball. Fifth and last here for Erindale. Comes out to Anderson. He'll put it high up in the sky. Looking to test out Hohepa early, and an early mistake from Hohepa as the ball spilled through the bread basket on that occasion. And a dream start for Erindale in this clash. An early error from the Hallam fullback, opening the door for the first points for the away side. So set up out here to the left. A dangerous position for them to feed the scrum if you're a Hallam fan. Their goal line defence will be tested right here as Anderson looks to feed the scrum. Look to hold out the go out here to the right-hand side. Anderson, flat pass there onto his centre. Mercer, and a forward pass the call, so a massive let-off there for Hallam. And as a result, they have a chance to work it out of their own end. So as Anderson drifted crossfield there, tried to link up with his right centre Mercer. That ball just too flat according to the referee, so it'll be Hallam ball as Ropawama will feed the scrum. So Hallam will look to shake off that early error. Cody Gibbs. Taken there by McSpadden. Mercer involved as well. Erindale calling for line speed here from their middle forwards. They try and pin Hallam down their own end, apply the pressure early. We've seen in their previous encounters, Hallam, early errors in the contest to put them under defensive pressure, which has put them under all sorts of fatigue as we get towards the back end of contest, as we see an error right here. So once again, Hallam unable to complete a set so far in the early exchanges. So look for the likes of Anderson to get his hands on the ball on plenty of occasions in these opening moments as they go out here to the right-hand side. Anderson, a first receiver, looking to put a little shift here on the back of the scrum. It's the flat ball there of Martin. Easy pickings on that occasion from Nelly, trying to slow down the play. The ball, they continue to pepper that right-hand side. Anderson shows the dummy, looks to go himself. Brought down just shy on that occasion. Sweeney in a dummy half. Long pass back in towards the middle, towards Anderson. Now linking up through the middle. Zvaga looking for a quick play. The ball brought down. Now Anderson a dummy half. Flat pass now onto Mercer, who'll poke his nose through. for the opening 4-pointer of this round 3 clash. Well, Hallam, their own worst enemy on a number of occasions. They're coming up with errors in their own end. And Erindale too good, and they take full advantage. Max Mercer diving through for the opening 4-pointer. It was a nice pass there from Joan Anderson. They've looked to target that right-hand side on a numerous occasions, and that time coming up with the goods. 4 points to nil, kick to come here. Erindale leading over Hallam Senior College. So it'll be Regan Carr with the kicking duties this afternoon for the away side. We saw that early error there from Relis O'Hepper. They looked to get away with it from the forward pass, but on the ensuing set, another error from Hallam. And Erindale too good of a side to let that opportunity slip twice as Carr lines this, he steps in. It's coming back and over the black dot it goes. So 6 points to nil the score. Erindale leading over Hallam Senior College. There's a lovely strike there from Carr, the left footer. Never looked like missing and sailed over with plenty of room to spare. So a chance here for Hallam to reset. Try and get themselves back into the arm wrestle. Nelly gets us back underway. It's a low kickoff that bounces around the turf into the hands of Anderson, who links up with his middle forward, runs towards Ropawama. Around the legs there was Gibbs. Anderson. Continue to work it forward. Just shy of their own 40-metre line. Taken there by Nelly. Silly involved as well. A little left-hand side shift now, trying to find some space. Well contained on that occasion. Nice one-on-one tackle there from Kia. Long pass back through the middle. Shows it a handful of times, eventually linking up through the middle there with Svaga. Gets them up over halfway. 5th and last now for Erindale. Looking to complete after points. Joan Anderson. Testing out the winger there of Lawrence Tukia. And he'll bring it back and be taken there by Martin. Castle involved as well. O'Hepper in a dummy half. Hallam will be desperate to complete here. Get themselves back into Erindale territory. They've been pinned down in their own end here for about 8 minutes or so. Drifting crossfield runs to the shoulder there of Martin. Nelly and dummy half. Now Tausili driving the legs, trying to pinch some extra metres through the middle of the field. 5th and last now for Hallam. Looks like it'll go out here to Ropawama. Put under pressure there by Jack Anderson. Puts it high up in the sky. Well handled on that occasion by Clutterbuck. Now Gash, outside backs trying to help out there. Middle forwards through the middle. He's driven back here in a nice bit of defence from the Hallam side. Taken there by Nelly. Looking for a quick play the ball. Castle. Anderson shows it to his right, goes to his left. Rushing up there in defence was Tausili. Ball pops out the back now. A bit of a chance here on the left-hand side. Looking to poke his nose through. Chopped down around the legs, still going. Slips out of one tackle, pops the ball back through the middle. A little bit of a chance here for Erindale on the back of that offload. Well brought to ground on that occasion by Hallam. Erindale still on the attack. They go down that left-hand side. Little chip kick over the top by Alea. It was spilled there by the Hallam player. So Erindale putting Hallam under all sorts of pressure. It was a nice offload through the middle. Opened up a bit of space there for Alea on the left-hand side. Put a nice little Chip kick in over the top, causing all sorts of headaches for that right edge defence of Hallam. They come up with the error, so Erindale will get the ball back here and a chance to make a back-to-back tries to start this first half. So they're set out to the right. Jonah Anderson will be in at first receiver. Watch Sam Gash wrapping around there, the fullback for Erindale. Here's Anderson with ball in hand now. He finds Gash. Shows the double pumps now. Links up with his winger in open space. And Alex Sweeney has a clear line to the clear run to the line, I should say, and he makes no mistake and extends this Erindale lead. 10 points to nil, kick to come, and once again, Erindale making Hallam pay for those errors. On the back of the scrum was a nice shift there, an interchange between the outside backs. Gashi double pump, linked up with Mercer, who tapped it on, and Alex Sweeney dives over in the corner and gets in on the try-scoring action for this afternoon. So Erindale have just dominated field position to start this first half. It's Hallam have been pinned down their own end. They've only had the one completed set so far. We're just over 10 minutes gone in this first half. The defensive workload they've been put through could hinder them at the back end as they try and make a comeback towards the back end in this first half, and especially in the second 30. A slightly more difficult conversion attempt this time for Carr. He'll look to start out on the right-hand post and swing it back with that left foot to take them out to a 2 converted try lead as he steps in. Tries to bring it back. It stays out there to the left. So 10 points to nil. The score remains. That Alex Sweeney try unconverted by Regan Carr. Big defensive set coming up here for Hallam as they'll try and wrestle back some field position. I have to say Erindale have won the battle of the forwards so far. They've had plenty of easy meters through the middle. And as a result, it's allowed the likes of Ethan Alea and Jonah Anderson and Sam Gash to chime in when needed. Both of their tries coming off shifts on that right-hand side. Plenty of pressure on the pairing of Gibbs and Lawrence Akia on this left-hand side for Hallam as they look to poke their nose through. A bit of open air in front of him. Gash has broken straight through. He's got support on the inside and on his right. He links up through the middle. Jack Anderson's going to race away under the posts. And it's blink and you'll miss it stuff from Erindale. And on the back of the kickoff, they made quick work. It was a nice bit of work from Sam Gash. Showed great vision to throw the cutout pass back through the middle. And Jack Anderson finishes the job and extends this lead. Well, Erindale, they're coming in with a couple of big outs leading in today's clash, but have made work look easy so far. They've been bulldozing their way downfield, piling on the points in this first half. Hallam once again back into the huddle, trying to wrestle back some momentum. And now with a kick from right in front, Regan Carr has a chance to make this 16 points to nil in absolutely no time. So once again, Erindale poking the noses through and causing all sorts of headaches for the left edge defence of Hallam. As Carr sends that up to North Melbourne, over through the post. 16 points to nil the score. The away side with the jump over the home side, Hallam Senior College. For Hallam, it's just about containing this onslaught. If they can get back into the arm wrestle for the next 3 to 5 minutes and try and work themselves into the game. At the moment, they've just been blown away from the hard running and the skills of the outside backs for Erindale. As that kick comes towards Anderson. And they go us back underway once again. Runs towards Ropawama. Nelly around the legs to bring him to ground. Anderson, the try scorer, quickly dishes it off back through the middle. O'Malley taking on his own 30-metre line. Now Svaga. Anderson onto Alea. Well handled on that occasion as Carr takes the tackle on halfway. Back through the middle they go. Svaga first receiver. Links up with Castle. Fifth and last now for Erindale. Once again, completing after points. Anderson. Putting it high up in the sky. Well taken on that occasion. And now Lawrence Akio will bring it back for Hallam. Well, I spoke about in the pre-game for Erindale is about completing their sets, especially in the first half of their game against Grange. While they piled on the points, they allowed the away side back into the contest through a number of handling errors through the middle. It's been just about near perfect so far, making it extremely hard for Hallam to wrestle back any sort of field position as that flat pass is called forward from dummy half. Josiah Nelly arguing his case, but clearly looked forward coming out of the hands. And once again, danger signs here for Hallam as Erindale look to pack the scrum. So what have Erindale got an attack here now? Feed the scrum. They'll be asked to go back and do it again as that one bobbled around a number of legs. Comes out here to Jonah Anderson. Gash. Gash links up there with Mercer. Mercer, Cody Gibbs does well and handles his assignment on that occasion. Brings Mercer to ground. Jonah Anderson first receiver. Back into Jack Anderson. Now in the hands of Ben Castle. 2 tackles gone. Alea. Nice pass there for his second row. He bursts through a hole and McSpadden will go close and he'll dive over. Well, it was a nice bit of work there from Ethan Alea. He held up the ball nicely and it opened up the space. And Ben McSpadden said, thank you very much, pouring through a huge hole there on the right-hand side of the Hallam defence. And as they've done so on a number of occasions already in this first half, Erindale make Hallam pay for that mistake with another 4-pointer. They are scoring them right across the park so far. And the points do not look like they're going to stop anytime soon for the away side. So Carr is 2 from 3 in his attempts this afternoon. Slightly more difficult attempt coming up right here. He steps in, he strikes it nicely, we're asking it to come back, but it stays out there to the right. So 20 points to 0, the score remains. Erindale over Hallam Senior College. Their lead extended thanks to that try to their number 12, Ben McSpadden, who poked his nose through a gaping hole there of the Hallam defence and helped himself to another 4-pointer. So Herhepa to get us back underway. Fielded there by Martin, makes no mistake, and immediately pokes his nose through, breaks through Gibbs, streaking away, he's running out of room, and Hohepa does well to cut him down around the legs. Sweeney in a dummy half. And immediately Erindale looked to shift the ball out to their left-hand side. Thought about the offload. Sfargo opts to take the tackle, cut down around the legs. Anderson, now from dummy half, allowed to run, links up on the left-hand side. Gash throws the ball out there to left centre. Nice interchange of passing, a bit of space here on the left-hand side as he dives for the corner. It was a slight juggle, but Jack Clutterbuck dives over and he gets in on the try-scoring action. Well, on the back of the kick restart, they immediately made a break down that right-hand side and quickly shifted the ball out to the left, spreading the Hallam defence thin. And it was a nice interchange of passes there from the outside backs, and Jack Clutterbuck, he almost looked like he was going to spill a certain try over the line, did well to hold on to the footy and slams it down to make it 24 points to 0. So once again, Erindale happy to attack the Hallam edges. They've had plenty of success already in the opening 20 minutes. Breaking tackles with ease, and it's opening up the space for the outside backs to put it through the hands. The most pleasing aspect of their tries so far is when the outside backs have decided to link up. It's been smooth. They've all run their lines perfectly, and they're just opening up the Hallam edges. So from a very similar position to where he just had his last attempt, Carr will look to make amends here. He started the one out to the right. What's he got here? Is he lofts it high up in the air and he gets it over the black dot on that occasion. So he learned from his mistakes very quickly and adds the extra 2 points. Spoke about earlier, Regan Carr is coming off a 4-try effort in that game against the Grange, showing he can not only score tries, but a talented goal kicker there. He's had a few difficult attempts, which he's put over with ease. He had a key pass in the lead up to that try. It was a nice tap on there to Jack Clutterbuck. What have Hallam got in response? Getting things underway once again, tracking back there was Mercer in the yellow headgear. Easy pickings there for Okasatino as the ball spilled free. So a rare opportunity down Erindale's end, and a chance here for Hallam to get themselves back in this contest with some points of their own. So trailing 26 points to 0. A key moment in this match coming right up for Hallam. What have they got with ball in hand? They've just about had to defend for 20 minutes in this first half, and finally a rare piece of good field position as they work it out off the scrum. Fayoa shows the dummy and taken there by Mercer. Now to the hands here of Dio. Ropawama calling troops out here to the left-hand side. Jeremiah Nelly trying to crash his way through the middle, taken there in some strong contact. They set up here to the left here, Hallam. What have they got? Nelly. Fayoa, the ball behind Ropawama. Had to go back and get it easy. Pickings then in the end for Alex Sweeney. Hohepa on to Nelly. Trying to bulldoze his way towards the line. Trying to carry the team on his back as he makes that charge. Fifth and last now for Hallam. Set up to the right-hand side. Hohepa. Fayoa tries to put a little grubber kick in, bouncing around, ricocheting. Anyone's ball at this point, coming into the hands there of an Erindale player. And Clutterbuck will come away with it. So we saw in that set, in stark contrast to the Erindale, when they're attacking the Hallam line, a couple of passes going behind the intended targets, just slowing down the attack. And as a result, the Erindale scramble defence able to recover and complete their task with ease. So they'll go and pack the scrum now. There wasn't much going there on the fifth tackle option. Fayoa tried to put it on the toe and put it through the line. Ricocheted and eventually coming off a Hallam hand. And now Erindale work it out of their own end. Anderson, a quick shift. No surprise where they're going. Looking to run here at Cody Giggs. He's striking back and coming across and cover around the legs to help out his left centre. Mercer. Nelly around the legs. Back through the middle. Anderson. Castle quickly hands it on. Nice little interchange of passing there between the middle forwards. Eddie will play the ball on his 45 metres out from his own line. Little shift out here the left-hand side. Broke through one tackle, eventually taken there by Okasatino. Pushing them out in there to the left-hand side. It was an unintended pass. All of a sudden it was in the hands of Svaga. Fifth and last now for Erindale. Go down the left-hand side. Look for a little pass back through the middle. A little chip and chase. We don't mind that. Hohepa tries to come and collect. The ball spills off the chest and into the hands of Erindale. So the penalty going the way of Hallam. Big sigh of relief there from Relis Hohepa as he tried to collect that ball. It bounced off the chest. But instead it'll be a piggyback out of their own end as they look to kick for touch and pinch a few extra metres. Watch Erindale look to muscle up in defence now. Jeremiah Nelly always gives 100% for his school every time he pulls on the jersey. There's Hohepa. Taken there by Etty. Anderson involved as well. Rapawama first receiver. Little juggle, thought about the pass up to taking on that occasion. Well contained there by Sweeney and Mercer. They've won their battle so far in this first half. Trying to pinch a few extra metres. Still wrestling there with the marker. And earns his side a penalty. Nice run there from Arua Rapawama. So back-to-back penalties here for Hallam with just over 4 minutes left in this first half. They opt to tap and go. Bring it forward to Mike. Strong carry, carrying 4 Erindale defenders with him as they eventually bring him to ground. 40 metres out from the Erindale line. Nelly in a dummy half. Takes a little run, shows on the outside. Opts to go himself. Taken there by Svaga. Now the brothers for back-to-back runs. Jeremiah Nelly. Taken there by Martin. Well contained throughout the middle of the field. Hallam crying for another penalty. Rapawama wrapping around Hohepa. Looking to straighten things up. Well taken around the legs there by Mercer. Gibbs in a dummy half. Long pass out. Rapawama goes a little cross-field kick. Looking to find his outside backs. Ball hits the deck off the chest. And into the hands now of Carr. Now Carr all of a sudden, he goes away and he's streaking away. Regan Carr, he's got plenty of speed. They're not going to catch him. And from out of absolutely nothing, Erindale turned defence into attack. And Regan Carr gets himself onto the try-scoring sheet. Running 95 metres to score his first 4 points of the afternoon. Well, Hallam, they came oh so close to scoring their opening points of the first half. As they went for that crossfield kick from Rapawama, it bounced off the chest of Lawrence Hickey. Straight into the arms of Regan Carr, who put on the afterburners and strode away to extend Erindale's lead. And just like that, how quickly things can turn. So Erindale showing just why they're coming into this game undefeated. Their combination of strength through the middle and the outside backs combining oh so nicely, making them an extremely tough opponent for just about any outfit. They're doing it against a quality Hallam side who've shown they're no slouches in this competition already in 2022. But Erindale just showing their class as Carr looks to convert his own try here. And that one waved away, so score remains 30-0 with just over a minute left in this first half. So with 1 minute left, with still a chance for more points here for Erindale. They've shown they can score them from just about anywhere on the field. See if Hallam can muscle up in defence for one last set. As Nelly looks to get us back on the way as the ball rolls off the tee there. Wind's starting to pick up down here at Casey Fields. So 30 seconds left. Look for Erindale to put on a shift here towards the back end of this first half. Svarga bringing it back. Running into a wall of Hallam defence. Taken there by Dio. Anderson fires it out to Castle. 30 metres out from their own line. Anderson. Thought about the shift out left. Opts to take the tackle himself as we come up to what will be just about the last play of this first half if they can get there in time. They go to the left-hand side. Look for a little razzle-dazzle here as the ball ricochets around. Straight to the hands now as an ankle tap just as he looked to set sails. And that'll draw a close to the first half. 30 points to 0. It's Erindale College leading over Hallam Senior College down here at Casey Fields for this round 3 NRL Schoolboys Cup clash. We'll take a short break and be back for the second half action. Don't go anywhere. So second half about to get underway. It'll be Hallam with first use of the footy in this second 30. As the ball sits up in that breeze, the breeze getting stronger and stronger as this game goes on. Hallam will have the breeze behind their backs as they try and turn the tables after being outclassed by Erindale in that first half. 30 points to 0. The away side lead. An early penalty coming here to Hallam. They look to get on with things quickly. Josiah Nelly makes the most of that breeze, pinching plenty of metres. And just like that, they'll start their set inside Erindale's half. Cody gives it the tap. Links up now with Kia. Nelly first receiver. Dishes it off there to Beatty. Taken by Hovey around the legs. Anderson over the top for Erindale. Nelly on to Jeremiah. Jeremiah Nelly works it forward for his customary hit up. Look to put a shift out here to the right hand side. They go out to their left. Try and put it through the hands, throws the dummy. Slips out of one tackle, offload. Nelly quickly dishes out to the right hand side, bit of space if they can find it. Through the dummy and tried to barge his way over. Fayoa brought to ground. Nelly and dummy half. Charging onto it. Jeremiah Nelly for the crash play under the post. And well contained there by the Erindale defence. Jeremiah Nelly came steaming onto that ball. And a great ball and all tackle. Held up over the line, so he'll go back and play the ball. Fifth and last now for Hallam. What have they got in attack? They go to the right-hand side. Fayoa. Little grubber kick in almost into the hands there, and the ball spills free. So once again, a ricochet, and the ball coming off Hallam. So Erindale, they'll get to work it out of their own end. Erindale was a classy performance in that first 30 minutes. Dominating field position for a majority of that first half. Their forwards working tirelessly through the middle, putting the Hallam defence on the back foot as the ball pops up out the back. Martin had to dive on it. Well, they lost a couple of metres in the process. But Erindale just about near perfect. Just the two errors coming in that first half. A forward pass in the early exchanges. But apart from that, their ball control was just about near perfect and allowed the likes of the outside backs to shine as they got a late offload there and tried to move it on quickly. Well taken there by Kia. Slow play the ball and a penalty going the way of the away side. So Erindale had plenty of success on both sides of the Hallam edges, causing all sorts of problems for the edge defence. As Mercer takes the tap and gets on with things. Gets them up over their own 40-metre line. Well taken there by Gibbs. Anderson onto his middle forward. Etty gets him up over halfway. Ball comes out the back now. Ball back into the hands of Mercer. Back-to-back carries in this set. Martin a dummy half. Jonah Anderson Shows the dummy, goes himself through the middle. Thought about the offloaders. Nelly came in over the top. Gash in a dummy half. Look to go to their left-hand side. Ball under their foot, Svaga. Jack Anderson taking the dummy half duties as he shows the dummy, pokes his nose through, look to link up with Gash. He fires it out through the middle and the ball goes down. Well, as Hovey thought he would have linked up with a fullback through the middle. The ball came, he wasn't expecting, the ball spills free. What a let-off for Hallam. It was a nice bit of work from Jack Anderson from dummy half. Took a little scoot through the dummy and burst his way through, unable to link up there on that occasion. And as a result, Hallam, the scores remain 30 points to nil, and a chance to work it out their own end. Expect to see a fight back here from Hallam in these opening 10 minutes as they try and wrestle the way back into this contest as Hohepa Nelly in a dummy half. As they run into a wall of Erindale defence, they try and maintain their line speed to trap them down in their own half. Once again, good defence there for the right edge defence of Erindale. Mercer and Sweeney have impressed already as Jeremiah Nelly charging through the middle, pumping the legs, well taken around the legs by Jack Anderson. Now, Nelly goes out to Fayoa. Now in the hands of Dio. Dio, nice little shift here on the right-hand side. Shows the dummy, looks to cut back through the middle. Quickly swamped upon there by the Erindale defence. Fifth and last, Nelly from dummy half. Picks the ball up, tries to grab around the corner for himself. He goes back. The ball's in the in-goal area. It's anyone's game, and it goes straight into the hands of Erindale. Well, the ball just evading Hallam on that occasion. They look certain to pounce the ball as that ball ricocheted into the in-goal area. But coming across was Alex Sweeney, who put out that momentary fire there for Erindale. So 30 points to nil, the score remains, but Hallam on the attack to start this second half. It's a low driving kickoff off the shins there and quickly seized upon there by Okasatino. Hohepa on to Jeremiah Nelly. Nice bit of work there from Mercer around the legs on the bigger body. Straightening things up towards the post. Manuel. Nelly. Fayoa. Flat pass there onto Dio. Goal line defence up to the task so far. Nelly tries to barge his way over from dummy half. And Josiah Nelly grabs the first points for Hallam in this round 3 clash. Well, they force the line drop out, and ultimately the pressure too much as Hallam get their first four-pointer, get themselves onto the scoreboard and give themselves something to work for in this second half. So Nelly looking to line up this conversion attempt. They'll need every points possible if they try and claw a comeback here in this second half. Taking this attempt from the right-hand side of the uprights. Josiah Nelly steps in. He starts it out to the right, and that's where it'll stay. So 30 points to 4, the score remains. Just opening the door for Hallam for a second half comeback if they can continue to pile on the pressure like they've done so in the early exchanges. We'll see what sort of response Erindale have right here. They send this high up in the sky towards Jeremiah Nelly. Takes it on the chest and brings it back with plenty of gusto. Charging into the Erindale defence. Quick play the ball. Now a few extra metres through the middle. As Hallam try and win the battle through the middle of the field. It was Erindale who dominated in the first 30. As the ball spills free there as he wrestles with the defence. And an error coming out of their own end, so unable to complete after points. And just like that, Erindale, they'll start their set on the halfway line, a chance to hit right back with a reply of their own. You can see the trees in the background, the wind picking up, blowing into the face of Erindale. We saw in that first half the Ropoama kick. He tried to kick it deep into the in goal. It sat up in the breeze and straight in the hands there of Regan Carr, who streaked away for a late 4-pointer before the break. So Anderson feeds the scrum. Now Jack Anderson links up with Jonah. Wrestling there as they try and strip the ball one-on-one. Anderson does well to maintain possession on that occasion. As the bigger body seized upon him. As Castle throws the dummy, almost had them full, brought to ground there by Crichton. Onto the right-hand side, Anderson, cut out pass. Mercer steps off the right foot, well contained on that occasion by Gibbs. Slow play the ball. Jonah Anderson. Now Castle. What have Erindale got at the back end of this set? Go to this right-hand side. Jonah Anderson, little chip kick in over the top. Pouring through is the attack here of Erindale, and it'll be battered dead by Hallam. So a line dropout coming right up. Nice bit of work there from the halfback, Jonah Anderson. A well-weighted kick over the top of the Hallam defence. Hallam had to scramble back and bat it over the dead ball line. So more tackling required here of the home side. 10 minutes gone in this first half. That ball spinning high, end over end, going back to get it. Castle does well to reel the ball in before he's quickly pounced upon there by the oncoming Hallam traffic. Now Etty trying to find his front, looking for a quick play the ball. Gash in at first receiver. Links up with Svaga. He's been strong through the middle for the away side this afternoon. Anderson poking his nose through. He showed it to his left and threw the dummy and went himself. And Jack Anderson dives over to the right of the uprights for a reply of their own here from Erindale. Well, Hallam, they were required to defend back-to-back sets, and the pressure all too much as Jack Anderson scooped the ball up and dived over for his first try of the afternoon. This is the danger that Erindale bring whenever you face them with their class right across the park, whether it be the outside backs, the forwards through the middle, constantly causing headaches for the defensive line. And as we saw right there, all eyes were on the outside backs. They looked to fake a shift out there to their left-hand side. But instead it was Jack Anderson. He threw the dummy. And it was that split second of hesitation. It was all he needed to capitalise as Carr lines up this straightforward attempt and knocks it over. It's almost lucky for the ball to not come back through the post there with that breeze blowing strong against their face. For Hallam now, it all comes down to their work through the middle. If they can win the field possession battle, they'll be able to pin Erindale down their own end with the kicking game for the likes of Anderson and Alea. It'll be extremely difficult when they're kicking against that breeze. So ball control paramount here for the home side. As Ropoama Sends it high up into the sky. Anderson does well and links up there through the middle. Svaga. Castle. Little shift out here. Now Carr. Carr puts a little move on. Running out of territory. Cut down around the legs there by Nelly. Alea. Anderson. The ball movement from Erindale so slick, just stretching this Hallam defence right across the park. Anderson takes another run from dummy half, the try scorer there for the away side. Now Alea fancies his chances from dummy half, drifting crossfield, plenty of speed. Running out, says, I don't want to go there, heads back, tries to poke his nose through, slips out a one tackle. Vantley runs on the shoulder there of Ruel Ropoama, who picks him up and looks to drive him backwards. Nice bit of razzle-dazzle. Fifth and last now for Erindale. Late call as they try and put it high up in the sky, but it'll sit back. Ropoama looked like he was going to collect. He pulled the hands out. Instead, it's back into the hands here of Erindale now. In the hands of McSpadden. Cut out pass now to Clutterbuck. Looks for a little grubber kick in behind the line, chasing through. And getting back there. I think that's John Fayoa. And now Hallam will look to work it out of their own end. As Erindale muscle up in defence. Forcing them backwards. Tough carries here for the home side. Taken there by McSpadden and Anderson as the outside backs continue to chime in here. Struggling for metres in this set. Trapped down their own end. Need a big run here as Nelly tries to work something from dummy half. He'll be fifth and last. Big kick here required from Ropoama. Tries a low driving kick over towards the sideline and gives his forwards a spell. You can hear for the calls just to reset now as they look to contain this Erindale attack. Easier said than done. So Erindale will start their set 40 metres out from their own line. 36 points to 4 the score. 15 minutes left in this second half. Castle, oh, strong contact there. The shoulder there of Nelly. You could hear the thud of contact. Hallam aren't going anywhere in this contest. Continuing to muscle up in defence, and Nelly there in back-to-back efforts around the bootlaces on that occasion. Now, quick play the ball, immediately looking to work it on. Juggling the ball, almost taken out by his own players around the leg. McCorkin onto the field now for the away side in the number 9. Taking over the dummy half duties. Jonah Anderson, a little chip kick in over the top, forcing the Hallam winger back into a corner. It was a nice kick. Have nothing but praise so far for the Erindale halves. They've been fortunate to play off the back of some strong carries to the middle from their middle forwards, but the kicking game, their decision making when choosing when to run, when to pass, has been superb this afternoon. Another example there from Jonah Anderson. Simple yet effective little chip kicking over the top, forcing Hallam to start their set from their corner of the half. As a strong carry here from Dio. McSpadden around the legs. As Okasatino quickly seized upon there by Monta. Anderson as well. Now in the hands here of Ropoama. Charge down, will be into the offside position. Zion Nelly saying, why'd you pull out your hands out of the way? His reaction speed too good on that occasion. He's good, Josiah. I don't think he's that quick somehow, so nonetheless, Erindale will come away with it here in good field position. So that kick from Ropoama, good kick pressure from the away side. Well done there from Monta to reel that ball in. On the field now for the away side. Anderson moving into that more traditional lock roll with McCorkin now in the dummy half duties. That's him with ball in hand there as he's seized upon there as he tried to take a run from dummy half. Anderson throws the dummy. jinks off his right foot almost. Sneaks his way through, cut down there by Hohepper at the back. McCorkin through the dummy, trying to wrestle his way towards the line. Fifth and last now. What have Erindale got here? Anderson looking to charge his way through from close range. And back-to-back tries for Jack Anderson. He said, give me the footy and let me do the rest. Bulldozing his way through the Hallam defence once again. He has been a workhorse through the middle for Erindale this afternoon. Playing a bit of a Mr. Fix-It role. Rotating between dummy half duties and that lock position with McCorkin now on the field. And scoring his second 4-pointer for the afternoon to extend this Erindale lead once again. So Carr once again with the chance to add the extras. Just to the right of the uprights on this occasion. And he successfully adds the 2 points. So 42 points to 4 the score. Erindale leading over Hallam down here at Casey Fields in this round 3 NRL Schoolboys Cup clash. It's been a polished performance from the away side so far with just over 10 minutes left in this second half. So once again, Hallam will look to get us back underway, muscle up in defence and try and take some positives out towards the back end of this second half. So Roboama with the kickoff heading down there. And now a chance for Monta. Well cut down around the legs. They'll start their set 20 metres out from their own line. That pass going behind absolutely everybody. Eventually picked up by Alea. He's still not done yet. Jumps up, still going, always evasive. A great cutout pass there to the right-hand side. All of a sudden, opening up the space here for Sweeney. Sweeney looking to cut back through the Hallam defence, coming back in cover. Well, how about that play from Ethan Alea? Turning absolutely nothing into something. And just like that, they quickly work it back towards the midfield. Big fend away there, poking his nose through. Paul Monta making his impact known since coming onto the field. McCorkin in a dummy half. Shows the dummy, slips out of one tackle, pinching a few extra metres before eventually being set upon there by Nelly and Fayoa. Monta with yet another carry. Coming out of the line there was Tausili. Fifth and last now for Erindale, making metres with ease as they go out to this right-hand side. Big shot there as Anderson threw the dummy. And Quaitakia said, you're not going anywhere, son, putting on a big shot to put the Erindale half on his back. He wasn't falling for that dummy on that occasion. A nice moment there for the Hallam second rower. So they continue to work it through the middle. Erindale's intensity yet to waver so far in this contest, continuing to pile on the pressure in all aspects of the game. Now an early kick here from Nelly, trying to use the breeze to his advantage, find some turf here between the fullback and the winger, but it'll be brought back here by Gash, drifting crossfield, looking to find something he likes, pinching plenty of extra metres, bounces out of one attempted tackle before eventually being set upon there by Kia. Well, how about that run from Gash? Made a 30-metre gain with absolute ease, just drifting crossfield with plenty of speed and footwork. And just like that, Erindale immediately into Hallam territory. Good tackle there by Fayoa. into the hands here of Eddie. Pops the offload, a chance now for Anderson to go off the back of it, well cut down around the legs. Second effort there through the middle to bring him to ground. Slow play the ball, they go to that right-hand side. Jonah Anderson with the customary chip kick over the top, causing all sorts of pressure here on the Hallam winger, and he's seized upon there with the oncoming traffic, and he'll be trapped in his own in goal. Line dropout coming right up. Once again, Jonah Anderson got the ball on a string this afternoon, despite the strong breeze that has come and go throughout this contest. Has made little difference with his short kicking game, putting all sorts of pressure on this Hallam side as they look to get us back underway. That one will go just about 50 metres on the fly, bouncing around there off the chest of Monta. Going the second time half, he tries to fend away Jeremiah Nelly, and then draws the penalty. Monta has been a handful since coming on the field here for Erindale. Big body through the middle for the Canberra-based outfit. Now Anderson. Bounce out of one tackle, still going. Jack Anderson, he's looking for a hat-trick here in the second half. Slow play the ball, McCorkin in a dummy half. Always threatening to run since coming on the field, tripping over and eventually grabbed there by Tausili. Now Monta looking to work his way towards the post, well cut down on that occasion. Danger signs here for Hallam as Erindale set out to the right. Anderson shows the dummy, looking to jink his way through. Well, he might have copped a big shot in the set prior, but on that occasion, Jonah Anderson, he's had a ball on the string all afternoon, and then just there, just showing how elusive his running game can be, beating a handful of would-be Hallam defenders to go over and score for the away side. So once again, the work through the middle is opening up the space for Erindale on both edges, and on that occasion, Anderson threw the dummy out to his right, jinked off his right, and poked his nose through and slammed the ball down. And once again, extending this Erindale lead with just over 5 minutes left in this contest. So Erindale, they're going to make it 2 wins from 2 games against their Victorian counterparts, coming off a 38 points to 18 win over the Grange last week in Canberra, with Carr a chance to make this a 48 points to 4 ball game should this conversion attempt be successful. As he steps in, he strikes it nicely and adds the extra 2 points. So 48 points to 4 the score is. Erindale leading over Hallam Senior College. So Erindale, they will top their pool for 2022. They're undefeated so far in the Schoolboys Cup. And you can see just why. Some strong performances from the likes of Jonah Anderson. Jack Anderson wearing the number 13 as well, along with the likes of Max Mercer in the number 4. Well, Hallam, they've been brave. They've had to do a lot of defending throughout this contest. They've continued to show plenty of fight. Still taking it to this Erindale side, but ultimately outclassed on the day. Erindale's ball movement on both sides of the field, their work through the middle, making them a real danger in this competition for 2022 as Monta once again bringing it back, receiving plenty of attention there from the Hallam Lions. They look to try and drive him back towards his own in goal. So like I said, Hallam not going away in this contest, forcing Monta backwards on that occasion. And strong contact up front there once again. Eddie bouncing out of the tackle, pinching a few extra metres as Hallam tried to pin him down towards his own in goal. Now McSpadden. Wrestling there, cries for a penalty, none coming. They continue to go now, nice little move there through the middle, trying to link up with McCorkin. Nice little 1-2 there, almost opening up the Hallam defence. And now an error from Owen McCorkin. So with just over 3 minutes left, chance for a a little bit of joy towards the back end of the second half for Hallam. Chance to score their second 4-pointer. So it'll be Okasatino who'll feed the scrum here. Set up to their left-hand side. We'll see what Hallam have got here. The ball fed in out in the hands here of Ropawama. Nice little shift out here the left-hand side. O'Hepper, ball evades Cody Gibbs. Bouncing and taken there on the left wing. Cut down around the legs quickly. Ropawama a dummy half. O'Hepper looking to put a footwork here on Mercer. Quickly dishes out to his left-hand side, and the defence of Erindale up to the task. Slow play the ball. Faioa. Beatty. Go back towards the middle, putting a shift out here the right-hand side. Ropawama steps off his right foot, still trying to work his way through traffic through the middle. Chopping at the arm is Hovey trying to break away. Quick play the ball, chance to go off the back of it. They go to this right-hand side. Little flick pass, opening up the space. Chance over here for the corner, coming across in defence is Erindale. He tries to burrow close to the line. Fifth and last now coming up for Hallam. Faioa in a dummy half. Long pass back, O'Hepper. Working it towards the middle now, Ropawama. What can he do with ball in hand? Long pass out to this left-hand side. It's showed it there to Cody Gibbs and takes the tackle on that occasion. Well, they looked like they were going to go over there in that right-hand corner. A good bit of scramble defence from Erindale, shutting down the play just inches away from the white stripe. As Mercer plays that ball. Now Sweeney helping out his forwards through the middle, picking up another carry. Hovey. So just under a minute left as Erindale look to close this out. Clutterbuck. He got in on the try-scoring action in the first half, going over in the corner to really kickstart that string of tries from the Erindale side, as there's a dangerous shot there from Jeremiah Nelly. McCorkin tried to tap and go, asked to go back and Gash now with ball in hand as he looks to close out the final closing exchanges. Ball in the hands of Monta. Wrestling there with Hallam. He slips out of a tackle. McCorkin in a dummy half. Gash tries a little trick play here, pouring through, and at the back, well positioned was O'Hepper as the full-time siren sounds, and it's Erindale who run out with a convincing victory over Hallam Senior College, 48 points to 4 down here at Casey Fields for this round 3 NRL Schoolboys Cup clash.